Hello, and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Well, today, hope you're feeling grand and all's well in your world. Hello there, everybody. Today, people of the tube, I'm going to take you through my current main pedal board. A few things have changed. I just kind of want to, I'm just going to show you through kind of like, how I'm using it and how it's been, and kind of like, all the fun things we have inside. So, let's get to it. Enough waffle. Get on with it, David. Damn your eyes. So, at this point in time, people, in this room, I'm using the daily splitter box. I'm actually always running the Marshall and the CR120, or sometimes the Boss and the CR120, or sometimes the Fender Stage and the Marshall. See my amazing filming. Anyway, due to this beautiful device here, I can run either one of these 2 amps into these 2 cabs whenever I feel like it. So today, when we get to the playing part of this vid, you're going to hear the Marshall MG and you're going to hear the CR120 working together in harmony. So let's start there, because I always start there. I know somebody's going to say you're doing it wrong, Dave, but this is how I do it. This is how I see it. I can't help it. So coming from the amp, we're coming into the daily, and then we split out. I'm still using to me, this is like the best looper I've ever had. The Boss RC10R, I love it to bits. It's fantastic. I just adore it. I do wish it had certain features that I would like in a looper, but I can get that from this thing, and we'll get to that when we get to it. So here's the board as we are. So the first pedal we go into is my trusty Zoom G2.1U. And I've been using these things since 2005. I've always had a Zoom G2. I've got 3 of these things. I've got 3 different pedal boards. Technically, I've got 4, but it's not really a pedal board. It's just a big multi-face. It's my Line 6 HX effects. But I have 3 of these, and on three of my pedal boards, this is always the first pedal from the amp into this thing, and I just love them. I absolutely love them. And I'm going to go through some of the patches when we get to the playing part of this thing, because I've got all sorts in here. A7 is just kind of like where I live. I don't know why A7. It just worked that way. So A7 is kind of like my home. A8 is a volume boost for solos if I need it. A9 is the Red Giant Free Me sound. So it's the expression, but I'll show you all this in a bit. B0, B1, B2 are I programmed them for when I stood in with the Red Hot Chili Peppers tribute band for Throwaway Your Television. Anyway, this has got all sorts in it. I will run you through all the patches that I use. Well, basically I use all the A's. So A0 to A9 is kind of like where I live, and I'll run you through that when we get to the playing part. So, from the mighty Zoom G2.1U, I love these things. I need to get another one as well, just in case. We go to... Do we go to the Cloudburst next? I don't think we do. No, we don't. So, from the G2.1U, we go to the Line 6 delay modeler, which I think is still one of the best delay pedals in history. I love it. I've got 3 delays set up on this thing. I've got a really long delay. I've got a short delay, kind of. This one is like Dave Murray lead kind of tone delay. That's kind of like over the top craziness delay for volume swells and stuff like that. This one is the wildcard setting. It can be anything. I actually don't remember what I've got programmed in on that one at this point in time. It could be anything. Anything could happen in the next half an hour. So we'll find out what that is. But this one I never really use a great deal. So it's kind of like the oh, I know what this is at this point in time. This is set up for Don't Forget Me. Again, when I was studying recently for a Red Hot Chili Peppers tribute band, and I needed delay for Don't Forget Me. This was on set up for that. But this changes all the time. These 2 are always the same. That's always a long delay. This is always a short delay. But this one, it can be whatever it wants. So from the Line 6 DL4, which I just love, I wouldn't really try a new one at some point. We go to the Strymon Cloudburst, or in John Joe's words, that bloody cloud pedal. I don't know any guitarist who doesn't have one of these things at this point in time. I mean, so many people have this, and I don't blame them. It really is one of those majestically gorgeous things, and I love it, and I've used it a lot, and will keep using it a lot. Funnily enough, Red Giant recently recorded a brand new EP of 5 songs, and I used this for literally 3 seconds, maybe 2 seconds, and that was it. I barely used it at all, which is mad for me because I adore it. If you've seen Red Giant live, you'll hear this thing, trust me. From the Cloudburst then, we go to the Mel 9, which is another pedal I overuse and adore. This is always set up on the choir mode. When I was on tour, this pedal got nicknamed the Voice of God. So it's now called the Voice of God instead of the Mel 9. But I always have it set up on the choir mode, and I have the guitar volume all the way up. I have the choir, the actual pedal sound, always at 12 o'clock. Attacks there, and sustain is all the way up there. So that's Mel 9. From the Mel 9, we go to the best distortion pedal in the world, if you're asking me. The Marshall Governor 2 Plus. I have yet to find a distortion pedal I love more than this. The only one that comes close is the Golden Plexi by Tone City. It's the only distortion pedal that comes close to this thing. Behind the Golden Plexi is the Boss Mega Distortion, which I absolutely love and adore as well. But this is number 1. I got this in 2007, and it's just, I just love these things to bits. I think I have 3 of these at the point in time, but I've just bought a 4th because I'm a bit obsessed with these. So what I'm trying to do though, people with YouTube, at this point in time, I'm trying to collect all these old Marshall pedals because they're absolutely amazing. Marshall needs to reissue these things. Just to get you in there on here as well, this is how I've got it set. So gain all the way up. Bass is all the way down. I don't use the bass. I use the deep dial, which is way better. It's just it gives it a big kind of fat low end, but it's a tight low end. It's really, really good. No treble, as per usual, and I have the treble, the middle, at about between 10 and 11 o'clock. It's not quite 11 o'clock. I wouldn't say it's quite 10. And then I have volume at 3 o'clock. And that's the setting this pedal's... Literally, when I got this pedal in 2007, this was a setting that I found that I liked, and it has not moved since. And this is how I set up more. They all sound the same. They're slightly different, but it's not really enough to make them go, yeah, they're all really different. You know, they all sound the same pretty much. So that's the Marshall Governor. And again, this is kind of like, for Red Giant, this is like always on, you know, and I just mess around with the volume control. So from the Marshall Governor, we go to the Marshall Jackhammer, the JH1. This is my first ever guitar pedal ever. When a friend bought this to a New Year's Eve party, we were like, there was like a little jam room set up, and she goes, "Oh yeah, you can go from clean to distortion just by turning this on." And I was like, "What is this witchery? What is this sorcery? I need this." So then she said, she's selling this pedal, so I was like, "I'm buying it," and this is the first pedal I ever bought, and I'm still using it because it's fantastic. This is my John Frusciante Dirty Clean tone at this point in time. On my other pedal board, I have the Tone City Golden Plexi, but for this point in time, the jackhammer is on here. That will change at some point. The Golden Plexi will come back onto this board, and this one will go onto the other one. But at this point in time, Mr. Jackhammer is here. And between the jackhammer and the Golden Plexi, of which one I prefer, I couldn't pick. I literally couldn't pick. They both sound amazing. This one's a tad brighter, but the Golden Plexi is a little bit darker, and a bit thicker. But this is fantastic. This works really nice because I'm using humbuckers in Red Giant. It works really nicely with my main guitars for Red Giant. The Golden Plexi with humbuckers, the way I have it set, can not muddy up. That's the wrong word, but it's a darker sound. So it's and it's got fatness to it. It's got a lot more bottom end, whereas Jackhammer doesn't have a lot of bottom end. So it kind of works a little bit better with the humbuckers. That's why that's there for me. So I have it set on the OD mode, which is basically, to be honest with you, just a distortion mode. Gain is at 12 o'clock. Volume is at 3 o'clock. Treble and bass are turned all the way down. Contour is the top one, right? No, frequency is the top one. That's aimed down there, like say 5 o'clock. And the frequency, the contour one on the bottom is at 12 o'clock, so frequency is at 5. Yeah, anyway, but let me just focus in on that one, and you can see it properly. So it's very, very worn, very, very dirty now, but yeah, that's how I've got this one set. Moving along, we have the trusty Ibanez WH10 WAR V2, this one is, and I love this thing to bits. I always have the dial, if it'll focus, all the way up on 10. And it's just, I just love it to bits. I mess around a lot with the WAR functions, because you get guitar and bass, and I love having those options. I love the preamp in these things as well. I just when my Vox WAR, it didn't die, but when I kind of like retired my Vox WAR to my Line 6 HX board and put this on there, initially I was a bit like, meh, wasn't too happy about that, because I do love these things, obviously, but I was a bit kind of like, narrowing about it. Now I literally can't imagine going out with any other wah pedal other than this. I just adore it to bits. It just does what I want it to do. It's just heaven, 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 I told you, people of YouTube. Anyway, next pedal along, final pedal technically, is the glorious Boss DS2. Again, another pedal that I don't want to be without. This board is basically a lot of what I don't want to be without. But again, as usual, everything's maxed out on 10 in mode 2, and gets a lot of use. I just adore it. Absolutely love that pedal. The last thing on the board is not the clock. That's there to keep time when we're doing support slots. You need to be punctual. So if you're on at 7 and you're off at 7:30, you need to know the time. You don't have to keep like messing around. And I got this from Amazon, just basically velcroed it in, and it's done as well. It's done as well. So the last thing on the board is my wireless receiver, which also doubles up as a tuner, which is really, really cool. And I love wireless. I do have a video coming out on the joys of wireless and talking about this thing at some point. Probably next Tuesday, I think I'll release a video about this wireless thing, because I absolutely adore it. It's absolutely fantastic. It's so freeing. Initially, I was very hesitant to go wireless for a long time. I was like, no, I'm a lead person. But when I tried the Shure wireless, I was just sold. But initially, it started off with Boss, actually. Boss, it was their fault. They sent me this little kind of like little wireless unit, and I tried that out at a gig, and I was like, this is fantastic. I love this freedom of not having a lead down, because I always end up kind of slipping and falling over these things, and I'm an idiot, basically, people with tube. So, you know, if I can get things out of my way that's not going to make me, fall over and break my face, which would probably be an improvement, I'll go for it. But this Shure wireless is fantastic. I absolutely love it. I love the fact it's also a tuner and also a mute as well. And one thing that I really love about having this here at the end of the chain, or beginning of the chain, if you're not me, is if I kind of like, say we finish the song and I hit the crazy delay, and it just kind of goes, vroom, vroom, and I need to change guitar or whatever, I can hit this mute, and the delays and stuff will keep going, but I can change guitar quiet, and I can just like leave this making noise. Because the tuner I use is in my Zoom. If you press these two buttons, it takes you to bypass mode, which gives you the tuner. And this is basically a volume pedal at that point. So when it's back, the whole system's muted. But anything that comes on this side of the Zoom will be muted out. So if I have that mad long delay on, or the cloud burst giving kind of like a pad ambient kind of sound, the moment I hit this into bypass mode, that cuts out. So if I don't want that to go away, I have another bypass here, which I can just hit, and it will keep all the noise going, but mute my guitar so I can change guitar or do whatever I need to do, which I absolutely love and adore. Anyway, POTT, there you go. That's my current pedal board. So I think it's about time. Oh, and also, let's not forget here, the Fender Engine Room Level 12 powering it all. I love this thing. This is fantastic. Really cool thing is as well, because it's got the USB things on it as well, I can charge my wireless off this, or my Sum Up app for the merch for Red Giant or stuff like that. You've also got like different things for different voltages as well. I mean, I'm not using it, I'm just using 9 volt on all. But if I ever did like incorporate a pedal that needed like 12 volt or 18 volt, there we go. And I think that's fantastic. I really do. It's up there with one of my favourite power supplies. And I have another one of them powering my other pedal board, and I also have the level 5 powering my Californication pedal board. But yeah, this is my main pedal board though. So I do have a backup, which I might show you in a bit. It's a lot smaller than this, but this is my main board. Bare minimum would be the Zoom, the Governor, the Jackhammer, the Wah, and the DS2. They're kind of like my need pedals right there. You know, the delay, the cloudburst, and the Mel 9 are kind of like, you know, the special effects, the fun side of things, and obviously the wirelesses as well. I adore the wireless. I don't think I'd ever want to get rid of that. But if I had to, I'll tell you what, I'll show you my backup board and I'll explain. Okay, PeopleTube, so behold the backup pedal board. Again, it's this is called the Triangle of Tone right here. Like I say, I'm trying to collect all these old Marshall pedals because they are some of the best pedals I think I've ever used. But this is kind of like minimum setup for me. Just, you know, if that goes down, or something like that goes down, like I said, a power supply or a pedal or a patch lead, it's a lot quicker and easier to just change out pedal boards. So this is my backup board. So we've got the Zoom, we've got the Echo Head delay. So it goes Zoom, Echo delay, Marshall Governor, Marshall Jackhammer, all set the same M2 pedals. Ibanez Wah V2, and then DS2, and then out. This one's powered by the Pedal Power 2 Plus as well. But this is kind of minimum. I could do without the delay. If you took the delay away and just had the Jackhammer there, I could use the Zoom for delay very easily. But this is kind of like my minimum board. So this is backup. This is the small thing. Also, this this Governor is really, really shiny silver. I've never seen another Governor, get it right, David, that's as shiny as this one. But anyway, they all sound amazing. And again, they are all set identical, although that's been knocked. Come up, there we go. That's better. And that does make a difference, believe it or not. I know that looks like kind of a bit silly, but there we go. And that's really, really shiny. You can't see it, but trust me, it's set the same. Same as like the DS2 is maxed out. And the Echo Head I keep changing with, and I love this pedal. This is a wicked pedal. I love all the different sounds on it. The mod filter, the multi-tap, the reverse delay is really, really cool. I've got it in the hi-fi mode, just because, again, it's kind of like filling kind of two roles at this point in time. I use this, it's kind of like preset. It's kind of like the Dave Murray solo-y kind of tone. But if I whack the volume of it up, like the level of it up, I can get all the nice volume swells and stuff like that. And then obviously the Zoom does all the other stuff. It's like the brain of the board, so to say. So that's my backup pedal board for gigging, which if I'm using that, something's gone wrong with this. Which is, could be bad, could be good. Either way. Also, another thing about this one as well is if I get to a venue and the stage is absolutely tiny and we don't have a great deal of room, and this, because this is quite big, this will come in very, very handy because, again, it's very, very small. I don't think you would have much of an issue fitting this in. If you can fit a mic stand on stage, you can fit this on the stage because mic stand's legs kind of like fit between there. So, yeah, backup board, main board, a lot of similarities, just slimmed down slightly. Basically, it doesn't have the cloudburst or the Mel 9 on here. That's basically all that's missing. But I can get by doing a whole gig with just this. And happy is the Dave. So, yeah, so enough waffle. Let's make some noise with the main board. So we're on phone cam, just so I can talk and show you the sounds. Just you know, just it makes it easier than setting up like a overhead mic and all that kind of stuff. Plus, I'm in the pits of recording my guitar course at this point in time for you. So, the less I can do to mess things up, the better. So phone cam it is. So just to let you hear, this is basically the 2 amps as they are. So CL120 and Marshall, just no pedals. Like super clean. That's, and again, the idea behind that is because every now and again when I go to a gig, I'm not allowed to use my own amps. You have to use backline supplied. I don't want the amps to be kind of part of the equation of my tone. You know what I mean? I want the amp just to be an amp. So all my tone comes from the pedals. So no matter what amp I get, I can just plug into it. Every amp can do that sound. You know what I mean? You know, it doesn't matter what the amp is. I know it can do that sound. And I know for a fact that my pedals can then do all the heavy lifting and the amp can just sit there being pretty and being nice and clean and just projecting. So the main pedal, well, let's talk about the jackhammer first. So the jackhammer, like I say, is my John Frusciante dirty clean kind of thing. To like about that, it's rather good. I love the sound. It sounds mega. So that's the again, that's kind of like an always on, really, pretty much. A really itchy nose. Oh, why is it whenever I turn the camera on something like this happens? Anyway, so that's the jackhammer. And again, that just covers my, you know, my John Frusciante desires and needs. And when I combine that with like something like the DS2, it really gives you that kind of real. It's like a real cross between John Frusciante's tone in like 98, 99 and like By the Way era, so you kind of get that kind of Slane Castle-y kind of thing. It gives it that. It's really singy. Is the only word I can think of to describe it. It sings. But there's no kind of like massive woolly bottom end to it. You know what I mean? Like if I show you what I mean by the Governor, for instance. If I put the Governor on and combine it with a DS2, you'll hear the bottom end is bigger. A lot fuller. Go back to the jackhammer. Governor. Jackhammer. I don't know if that'll come across on phone cam. Hopefully it will. It's quite a substantial drop and increase in bass. So if I want something that sings and cuts, I invariably use the jackhammer and the DS2. If I want something that's really, really fat, but still kind of cuts, then I use the Governor and the DS2. The Governor and the jackhammer sound fantastic together. It gives you, especially with single coils, they give you this real great palm muted sound. It's also a really cool lead tone. In Red Giant now, I only ever really use the Governor. I use the jackhammer for boosts on solos, not every solo, but because the main guitar I use for Red Giant is my 59 replica with Seymour Duncan's in it, it's a really powerful guitar. Basically, that level of distortion that I have on a Strat with both pedals on, I just get from the 59. I don't actually need both pedals on to get that level. I just use the jackhammer, the Governor, and just roll down the volume. There are times I use all three still with the 59 because, you know, I like gain stacking and I like lots of gain. And when you put them all on, it sounds heavenly. Does that? This makes me very happy. And it's a massive. If you're on the neck pickup of any guitar with all three of these on, and you do these things like these big heavy chords with the fifth in the bass. Sounds monstrously big, and I love it to bits. So that's the main distortions. Oh, this is the jackhammer on its own. Sorry, the governor on its own. I can't get my words right today. It's like an AC/DC kind It's just a fantastic pedal. Like I say, it's the best distortion pedal I've ever used, the Marshall Governor 2 Plus. I have yet to find, like, the closest Golden Plexi or the Boss Mega Distortion, but even they're not as good as what that is. That's why I just can't replace it. Obviously, the jackhammer, I can have the Golden Plexi there, Boss SD Super Overdrive, or a few other different things. Not a Tube Screamer. Don't like Tube Screamers. I'm in that camp, I'm afraid. But the jackhammer is, I can interchange that one. I cannot interchange the Governor, and I cannot interchange the DS2. It's just not going to happen. So the Ibanez Wah does what it does. I love the bass wah function. If you the bass wah function is really cool on like lead. If I put the Governor and the DS2 on, the bass wah sounds amazing. Very tapping mood today. I forgot. That's just, again, I just love it to bits. Fantastic pedal. Moved along. Mel 9 choir. And one of the things I like doing with the Mel 9 is getting rid of the guitar. So if I turn the volume of the guitar all the way down, and then I put the Governor and the DS2 on, and my long delay, which is this long. If I turn it on, I can make the guitar sing. Which I like immensely. And you can hear how long that delay is. And I use that a lot. I really, really like that. It's one of my favourite things of all time, and Space, the Metal 9. As soon as I first got that pedal, I was like, that's never going anywhere. Like, that is on my board, and that's where it goes. The Cloudburst does what it says on the tin. Fun enough, though, my favourite setting on the Cloudburst, as much as I love the pad setting, is the reverb. So it's this. So if I turn it onto the ambient reverb and turn the volume up to about, ooh, what is it? It's about nearly 2 o'clock, I think. I like it. And then have a lot of decay on it, a lot of kind of fair bit of pre-delay. That sound I could just play on for hours. The pad sound, like, it's really cool, and I love it for like looping and creating kind of like backing stuff and stuff like that. But that sound, when I'm just noodling about on the guitar and I don't want to use the looper and I don't want to sound the other, it's just like gives hours of inspiration. I love it to bits, absolutely love it to bits. And I've got it clued up to give tails as well. So if I turn the pedal off, the pedal will just die away slowly. So if I just put back to the forte mode, then turn it off, it goes away. I love tails. Tails is something I really, really love on delays and stuff like that. And like I say, talking earlier on about the Shure wireless receiver as a mute. Say for instance, if we finish a song and I've got the Cloudburst going, and like say we hit a big E chord and I whack up the decay, so that note, I can then hit that mute, unplug my guitar, and that'll keep going. If I turn up the decay all the way, and that I can literally do what I want to do, change guitar, go and get something, whatever I do, you know, eat a member of the crowd. While that's going, get new guitar plugged in, tuned up on that tuner, and then turn the pedal off, and away we fly. So I love having 2 different mutes. So that's the Cloudburst. Does what it says on the tin, is heavenly. It's just one of those massively inspiring pedals. Line 6 delay. So like I say, you heard the mad delay. This is it, just kind of like played. And what this is mainly for is volume swells. Cloudburst in on that, and then the Mel 9 as well, you get this. Which is great fun. The small delay, like I say, it's kind of giving me that kind of solo delay. It's just quite fast. There's not a great deal of repeats, but it gives me that kind of. Again, I was going after a Dave Murray thing, so when you're doing legato-y kind of things, it sounds great. It doesn't get in the way. You know, it's like a strong delay. It just kind of like, it sits where it needs to go. So thank you, Dave. just sits there really nicely. You know, it's not overbearing, but you can definitely hear when it's not there. Like if I turn it off, this is off. On. Yeah, you definitely tell when it's not there. Like I say, number 3 at this point in time is Don't Forget Me. So but again, that'll change. I'll mess around with that. That could be anything. Anything could happen. Anything. So moving on from there, we get to the final pedal, the Zoom G2. You've heard the DS2. Just sounds heaven. The wah. So the G2.1U is basically like the brain. So A7 is just set up to, again, it's just clean. There's nothing there. But what I do have on the expression pedal is reverb. So at a point in time, the reverb you're hearing is coming from the amps. Now, if I put the volume, the expression pedal all the way forward, now you're going to get more reverb. You're going to get the amp and the pedal. So back just the amps. And what I'll do is I'll hit it, and then as I mute the guitar, I'll put the pedal in. You'll be able to hear it go. And you can do all sorts of really cool effects with this one. Like one thing I do like to do is you can hit a note, a really high note, and then put the volume pedal all the way, well, the expression pedal all the way forward. Reverb. Okay, sorry about that, Pivot Tube. Ran out of memory on my phone. Let's clear it off quickly. So, what I was talking about is like, yeah, playing one note and turning the reverb all the way on. So, like, if you're doing a song. It leads to all sorts of fun things. So that's really cool. Yeah, that's just ace. So other effects in the G2, and see, now my phone's run out of memory. I don't remember what I've shown and what I haven't shown. So I think that was where I'd got. So the other things in the G2, solo boost volume wise. So A7 is kind of home. A8 is solo boost, volume jump. You can hear it go. Also, you'll hear it's a different sound altogether. It's got more mid-range bark to it, so it cuts more. If I need to have a thingy. So A7's kind of scooped. Kind of, but not really. But A8's got even more mid. Which I like very much. A9 is the Red Giant Free Me sound, which is I call it the cat because it sounds like, I don't know, for some reason it sounds like some kind of weird electronic cat. And because it's on the expression bar, I can blend it in, so if I just kind of like have a little bit. Great fun. A6 is chorus, which I've gone for like a C1 chorus. A5 is just the same as A8, it's just a volume jump for solos. A4 is clean as well, but with a whammy, a proper whammy though. This is not the cat whammy. This is like a Tom Ryan. Got food all down me. Ignore that. You didn't see that. A3 on the Zoom is a harmony effect. For one of the Red Giant songs called Friends, we needed a guitar harmony effect, and the Zoom is covering that. It's in E flat minor, and it sounds like that. Just harmonising things in minor thirds. So A0 and A1 are my Blood Sugar Sex Magic tones that I did a video on a while back. So if I turn the reverb off on the amps, This is kind of like, you can hear that room reverb. That was the missing link when I was going after that sound. The chorus. Just ace. A2 is a distortion patch that I've had forever. This is a distortion. When I first got the Zoom G2.1U back in 2005, I used the distortion inside the Zoom until I got the Governor 2 Plus. So for about 2 years, this was my distortion sound. Really cool sound, really mid-rangey, and I like that. It's a bit loud though. Yeah, that's way too loud. Cleans up really nice as well. Really cool sound. And that's it, POTT, really, to be honest with you. I will show you the throwaway television sounds, though, just for fun. So this is, I'm just going to put the reverb back on. So this is the slap back. This is the phase shifter that I had programmed in for that song. And this is the step filter. And that's it. That is literally my entire board going into these two amps. And yeah, it's not changed a great deal since the last video. I just wanted to show you kind of like, you know, certain things that have changed, like the Mel 9 and Cloudburst. Although I don't know if the Mel 9 was in there last time. It's been a long time since I did one of these videos, so I don't remember what was there and what wasn't. But yeah, I just want to do a bit of an update on my current pedal board, POTT. And then there's obviously the looper, which I just love and adore. So you can do all sorts with this blooming marvellous device, and I love it to bits. So Hours of fun. Anyway, picture, there you go. I need to get off because today is mental and I haven't got any more time. So, hope you enjoyed this video on, I say, my current pedal board and kind of like how I use it and what the effects do and all that kind of jazz, if you will. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this vid. I will see you again very soon for another one. Yeah, next Tuesday video, I'll put the video out with the wireless thing, the joy of wireless, and talking about that because that's a really, really cool pedal. I love having that as another mute. It's really, really cool. Anyway, I need to get off because time is not my friend. Time is just something other people have at this point in time. But, you know, I'm not complaining. It's all good. I'm just a bit stressed. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you like the channel, please consider becoming a patron at Patreon. Links down in the description box below. It keeps this channel alive. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. Like I said, I am working at this point in time on my guitar course. I'm in the process of filming it. And so that'll be coming October. Some point in October, so we're getting there. And yeah, thank you very much indeed. I will see you again. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening, and goodbye now. And just bask in that for a second. That's enough. See you later. Goodbye now.